Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports. We got us an interesting topic today. We gonna be talking about Rich Dalrymple and how he was really the fixer and untouchable done for the Dallas Cowboys. That's why you're hearing that mafia music in the back. It's what it is. That's exactly what his assignments allegedly was. So we gonna get into it. Trust me, this is gonna probably be one of the most interesting Boss Cowboy Sports that you go hear. Obviously, I've done my research. I didn't want to touch this, but it got to the point to where it was untouchable. It's like you gotta touch it because it's gonna also honestly help us feel a little bit better about our team, because a lot of us are feeling real, let's be honest, icky. We feeling kind of like really, you know, the stuff that came out this week belong in a soap opera, belong in a movie. So, but trust me, once I get done with this, you go see that it's some necessary evils in the business of football. We gonna really dig into this from a factual standpoint. You know, it's gonna be measured. We're not gonna play with the Kool-Aid. We gonna keep it real on this Kool-Aid. It's gonna be one to remember. We gonna answer some questions as well. So y'all just stay with us. All right, welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports. We bring you a hot one today. Definitely talking about this Rich guy, because this is interesting. This is something that we do have to go over. And I have the appropriate music in the background because to a degree he is a done. He's a done. Like, he's somebody that's really untouchable. And for business reasons, you can't touch him. We gonna get right into it. Let me try to set up to where I can say hello to everybody real quick, because I'm not seeing it come in. Okay, I see it coming in now. All right. So I see the Truth MDP say, sup, boss. Day Walker Vaughn say, what up, boss? What's up, fellas? What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody coming in the building. But we dealing with something that's pretty heavy today. We dealing with a fixer, and we go prove this case, because in the business of football, I want everybody to really kind of think about it. You got all these different young guys that's coming into a lot of money at the same time. That's a recipe for trouble. And these teams usually have to put together what they call defense for what could happen. Now, before we get too deep into this, I do want to highlight something real quick. Y'all give me 1 second to highlight this. Setting it up. All right. So let me set this up, but this is gonna be a good one though. Y'all stay with me. Don't get impatient, because this is gonna be a real one. Okay. I'm just getting everything situated and orderly. All right, so if you go to my channel, you'll also see that the OC just dropped a couple of videos. So make sure y'all go check that out after we get into this content. I'm also gonna have some more content dropping a little bit later on Emmitt Smith talking about Kelly Moore. But getting into the substance of today. Obviously I got the mafia music in the background because I'm a creator. I could do that. Because a lot of people don't really see the job of what Rich, a part of what he was doing. So a lot of people will get caught up and they'll say PR, public relations. So they they think stuff like, okay, when it's time to have those charity baseball games and you want all the athletes to come up, you think Rich is organizing that. It's actually a little bit deeper than that. Like when you're dealing with all these young guys with all these different personalities, they all coming into money at the same time. A lot of them coming from impoverished backgrounds. You go get, some of them go get in trouble. And you gotta have a fixer. You gotta have a guy that can really go in and clean up the mess. You know, it's like Pulp Fiction had that guy to where he'll, you know, come in, it'll be a murder scene, it'll be graphic and nasty, and he'll be looking around at, what do I gotta fix? Y'all messed up. I gotta fix this. And he'll come in, and that's his job. His job is to fix and to keep the image of the Dallas Cowboys up to par. That's also a job of public relations. We talking about real assigned guys that have to do the ugly work of public relations, and it can be ugly. And I'm gonna prove everything that I'm saying, but it's so much like a movie. Like if you notice, all the best movies have that guy, a guy that's assigned to clean up the trash. But let me explain something that a lot of people are not putting it together when we looking at this thing with Rich. Why does it seem like he's done so much, but nobody could touch him? It's a real simple answer. See, when you got a guy that's assigned to do the dirty work, a lot of times you can't do nothing with them because they helped you bury the bodies. They helped you with the smoking gun. They did. So their behavior mixed with you knowing what they did or helping them in certain deeds, put it in a place to where if you snitch on them, they turn around and they can tear your whole organization apart. You do not want to have a snitching contest with people that know your dirt. You never rat on your friends. Never. When you this deep in this game, you can't. Because at some point, y'all know too much on each other. So you don't want to piss them off. Neither do they want to piss you off. Because honestly, they just know too much. So yeah, if they know too much, you can't touch them. So a lot of people been asking questions like, hold on, how did this man allegedly take pictures of Jerry's own daughter and nobody touched him? You can't. You can't. Because if you just throw him out the door, and he know where the bodies, the smoking guns, the evidence, he know it all. He know it all. I'm gonna prove it though, because right now I know what y'all thinking. Oh, this is conspiracy. You know I'm gonna prove it. Listen, this is Boss Cowboy Sports, and it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. All right. So I'm just doing a little background because you're not hearing nobody really say this. Nobody really kind of put it together. You know what I'm saying? Nobody put it together on what his real job was and why they had to allow him to sail off into the sunset unscathed. And they had to. The NFL as well, because it's dirt around the league. All the owners deal with this. All the owners have one of these type guys. They the fixers. And y'all know I always talk about Trade and Play. That's one of my movies. And I always talk about the Dukes reminding me of Steven and Jerry. Their guy in that movie was Beaks, if you remember. And these type of guys, they're straightforward. They to the point. They no nonsense. They don't play. They gangster. They get it done. They get it done. They have a specific job that when stuff is ugly, they have to clean it up. So I just want to say that one more time and just show that it's a lot of fictional movies that also show that this is the case with a lot of powerful people. It happens. So here we go. I'm finna prove to you that this is the case and run down all the evidence at Boss Cowboy Sports. This is gonna be a funny one. So this is actually coming from Hanging with the Boys. All right. So Hanging with the Boys did an impromptu segment on Rich that was unplanned. Jesse Holly led it off. And he just started talking. He probably wasn't supposed to. And he just started it off. All right, so y'all check this out and y'all tell me, am I crazy or not for seeing Rich for who he really was, the fixer. Watch this. Listen.
So we're just gonna wing it today.
Let's get in some trouble today.
Kurt got. Oh, what is that? How's that different than any other day?
Let's just.
Rich Dalrymple, where are you?
So first and foremost, remember the first thing that came out, he said, we're going to just wing it today, meaning they don't know what they go talk about. They just freestyling. All right. So that's when Jesse said, let's get in trouble today. And then Nate jumped up and said, Rich, where are you? Because this was after he retired just abruptly. All right. Listen.
I need you.
Yeah, Rich. Let's start off with that. Rich Dalrymple been here for 30 plus years. 91, I think.
Right, yeah. He started the Super Bowl run. Him and Jim and Jerry and all the gang.
Yeah, retired just out of the blue.
Nate, why don't you just give him a call and see if he come down?
Get him on the show.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. We ain't gonna bother with him. You know, he need I'm eating these cookies, man.
Jesus.
Rich, I'm eating some cookies, baby.
He is not watching the show, I guarantee
There's
you
no
that.
chance he's ever heard of the show.
No,
he's heard of the show.
No. You'd be surprised. I've gotten calls. I've gotten calls from Rich from things that I've said, from post-game shows, pre-game shows. Rich is dialed in. He may not listen to everything.
He knows about everything.
But he knows about everything. Like he kind of hokey pokeys. He'll put his foot into a lot of different things that are happening Cowboy centric wise. Rich is always plugged in.
Yeah. So we can't yell fix this S Rich anymore because Rich won't be here. So
How about y'all fix this Rich?
There you go.
You heard this? Why don't you fix this, Rich? Listen.
Won't be here. So
How about y'all fix this Rich?
there you go.
Rich was the fixer. So y'all everybody heard about an alleged incident with Dez that happened in a parking lot allegedly of a Walmart, right? What happened? How did that disappear? Who fixed it? I'm gonna show y'all another clip. We gonna go through this line by line. Y'all check this out. This is funny, but it's not funny. But it's gonna help you kind of understand that this is a necessary evil that goes on in the NFL. It's necessary too, especially when you're talking about public relations. This is Jesse talking about the timing of him leaving. Now listen to this.
So he gave David Moore an exclusive with Dallas Morning News. Gave him an exclusive interview, and in the interview he said he's 62. He's got a new grandkid, and it's just time. He said he talked to Jerry during the season about it, and it just the timing seemed right. And then he let his staff know the same day that basically everybody else found out, which is crazy.
Yeah, the timing sure was right, because about a week after that, they came out with the cheerleader stuff because it was already getting ready to break. But then the Cowboys over here with their story like, hey, I talked to Jerry, everything is all good. It was time. It was just time for me to walk away. Okay, Mr. Fixer. Okay, and why was Jerry Neal just so cool with letting you walk away? This man know too much. He know too much. So they had to let him out with a golden parachute. He know where the bodies are. That was his job. Listen.
But he did it like, okay, so those who don't know, you have the Friday media dump, right? So if you're trying to get some stuff off, you dump it on Friday after work hours, so it kind of just fades into the weekend. Because most people during the week.
News cycles.
See, Jesse wasn't feeling it. Like, Jesse was like, nah, this ain't what it is. Jesse's smart. I talked to Jesse the other day. We try to plan stuff for next week. I don't know if we gonna want to talk about this though. I ain't gonna want to put my dog out there like that because this is heavy. This is stuff that can get you canned. I don't even want to put this pressure on the homie. But this is real. He wasn't smelling it. He was like, nah, this don't smell right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dump this on a Friday? We know how the media work. Listen to Jesse.
24 hours usually.
It is.
So if you drop it on Friday, it gets lost in the shuffle.
It gets lost in the
Especially
shuffle.
with Pro Bowl coming in. And
that was like playoff time. We were still talking about playoffs a week ago.
Yeah.
So, and he dumped it. He probably told everyone, hey, listen, you can't put this out until about 8 o'clock Friday night. And so he just kind of slid that thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and watch Jesse on this one. Jesse just keeping it real.
Emily and
listen,
having the job, there's two people who can make it'll never happen. It'll never happen. But there's two people that could make millions if they wrote a book.
Oh my God.
Rich Dalrymple
and Rosie.
Period.
Yeah. Listen, this is no joker we talking about. Yes, Rich knows where the bodies are. That's why your Dallas Cowboys had to allow him to continue to work, even though it got icky, even with Jerry's own daughter. Just the speculations alone in a normal work environment would cause an owner to get rid of a guy like this. But how can you get rid of a guy like that when that guy can turn your organization upside down with all the crap he know about you? You stuck. That's why I said Rich Dalrymple was the fixer and untouchable done for the Dallas Cowboys. That's why you hear the mafia music in the background. He was untouchable. Because when it's real icky, it's stuff we couldn't even imagine that they know. Okay? So let's say allegedly that it was an incident with Dez Bryant and another lady that was physical. Somebody had to look at that, put eyes on it, see potentially, allegedly, domestic violence, and clean it up. Get the NDA signed, get the lawyers paid off, get everybody paid, and it goes away. But remember that all of a sudden, just think back when Dez was trying to get his contract. All of a sudden, you start hearing leaks of that film again. It just makes you wonder, who had the film? And did somebody wink and say, yeah, even though we getting rid of it, keep it, because we might need this tape when it's time for Dez to get paid? Who's the guy that keeps the smoking guns for leverage? Who's the guy that got to clean up the blood? Who's that guy? Hey, allegedly? Matter of fact, it's not allegedly. You know why? Because it was actually quoted by Nate Newton, because they didn't know this was getting ready to come out. They were just speaking off the cuff. So watch Nate Newton speak so real about the job of Rich. So I'm saying alleged. Well, let me just quote Nate. Watch this. Because remember, they were speaking off the cuff. Listen.
Let me tell you why a lot of people can't do Rich's job. And people say they can, but they can't. Because you have to either go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds with a crazy look on your face and ready to brawl 300-pound lineman, and then the next second be able to say, hey, everything's going to be okay. People can't do that, bro.
Not only
people
that.
People cannot do that.
Like, just think about over the years, and we're going to make this a Rich Dalrymple segment, whatever. But just think about over the years, the phone calls that Rich had. Like, think about your days.
Yeah, Rich was just, think about 29 years old walking into that.
Think about your days, and it's the Irving PD. It's the Las Colinas PD.
I just wrecked my car.
Listen,
I just totaled my car.
Listen,
I just hit a lady, knocked her into a wall. I'm on my way to the police, to the police station. I'm locked up. I need some help.
Is this a real call?
That was me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was me. Rich, I need some help.
now watch this.
Did you get help?
2 minutes.
Listen, this is a fixer. Y'all better listen. You're not hearing this nowhere else. You're not hearing this nowhere else. Now, obviously, you're going to hear this from Nate. You're going to hear this from Jesse because them boys know what's up. They was players. They lived this life. So they know there's a fixer guy in the organization. There's a Beaks, all right? There's a Beaks. He's the fixer guy. His job is to fix the issues. That's his job. He gets the calls when everything. Ty say, just jump in and say hello, Boss Sports, and everyone enjoy your day. Yeah, you got to check this one out. This was a good one. This one is funny, but that's his job. He's the fixer guy. He's the guy that when everything is breaking down, he got to clean it up and make sure that the public don't see the nasty, gross stuff that could happen behind the scenes. Nate just talked about hitting a woman with a car. Let me rewind that just a little bit. Listen, and he said that was me. His first call, Rich. Listen.
Yeah, Rich was just, think about 29 years old walking into that.
Think about your days, and
Rich,
it's the Irving PD. It's the Las Colinas PD.
I just wrecked my car.
Dallas PD.
I just totaled my car.
Hold on real quick. Hold on, I was doing too much. Let me get it back going. Here we go.
I just hit a lady, knocked her into a wall. I'm on my way to the police, to the police station. I'm locked up. I need some help.
Is this a real call?
That was me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was me. Rich, I need some help.
Did you get
Two
help?
minutes, 2 minutes later,
2 minutes.
Axe calling me, coaches calling me, Rich and them getting me out of jail, everything.
But think about all of those.
And that's just one
This
guy.
happening at 4 o'clock in the morning.
See, remember they ain't supposed to be having this conversation.
You got fired.
This was an impromptu conversation. They started the conversation with we getting ready to get in trouble. Cause nobody knew about them cheerleaders getting ready to drop. So they just speaking off the cuff. This is real, y'all. This is real. Listen.
Just Nate.
You got 55, 60 of those dudes.
And then over time, see, back then, you can kind of control the message a little bit because there was no internet.
Right.
So, Rich can make a phone call to the newspaper, a phone call to the PD, and say, hey, listen, we're going to handle this, but this doesn't get out the PD. Now, they have people that work for all of these internet companies, newspapers, who their job, when they're interns or low-level people, is they go to the police station every Monday
And get the report?
And get the report. The public reports every single week to see
No,
if there is
you're wrong. You're wrong. The police department got
Call.
people that's going to call them and say, look at here, I got this.
You're right.
Where's my money?
Yeah.
Where's my 500?
So the thing that's so amazing is, I'm telling you, what always amazed me is Rich could look at you and some words can come out of his mouth as soon as your head drop, but it's going to be all right. I'm telling you, I mean, the level of anger that be on this man to all of a sudden just within seconds, it's going to be all right. This is how we're going to work this. Listen to me. He'll say, listen to me. Look into my eyes. This is how we're going to handle this.
You got to work the plan out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, when I say this stuff is the movies, yes, this is real. This is why everybody that's in the organization as big as the Dallas Cowboys dealing with all these young men that can get into stuff, you gotta have a fixer guy. I'm telling you, this is something and I'm gonna break this all the way down, because I'm not done breaking it down. But you gotta have the fixer guys, and they gotta be good at it. Notice what Nate said. Nate said that he talked to him just like, he didn't say this, but just think about it in relation to the mafia. I'm going to play it back one more time. Listen.
It's going to be all right. This is how we're going to work this. Listen to me. He'll say, listen to me. Look into my eyes.
Listen, he said, this is how we going to fix this. Look into my eyes. Somebody said, boss, they go send somebody to your front door. Listen, they said it. I mean, they can't come after me. They said it, man. All you had to do was pay attention. Yeah, but this is necessary. Why do you think the NFL turned like, no, we not looking to this. We looked into, because they also got bodies. The NFL full of bodies. That's why we playing the mafia music. This is real. This is the things that go on in the NFL that nobody really discuss. This is kind of like an inside thing that's like, hey man, you know, you don't snitch on your friends. It's just that simple. You don't snitch on your friends. Because they know too much. It's just the business. So that's why you'll see somebody potentially, allegedly, in some creepy stuff, like potentially taking pictures of even Jerry Jones' daughter, and they can't even be touched. You can't touch a guy that know where all the bodies and the guns are and the knives. You can't. You don't know if he got backups of backups and files on files. You don't know if he really ready to retaliate. See, I'm going to tell you this from being in corporate America. Hold on real quick. Somebody say, boss, you're a dissecting wizard. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Hey, I told you, this part is my gift. I do dissect very well, bro. This is a gift of mine. But just keeping it real, this is why you shouldn't feel icky. Because a lot of people right now with the media and the news and everything that's been coming out, people feel like gross, like, damn, man, first Jerry and McCarthy getting into it. Now we got this pictures and all of this stuff. It's like, but when you understand how this stuff really works, then you just say, this is why they had to allow him to just go off into the sunset, to paint a picture like he said it was time. It was just time. You don't want, and let me tell you something else about these guys. You owe them for life. For life. It is nothing Rich can ask for that's not too big. That's why he gotta be treated like a son. He is now, by mafia rules, obviously it's not real mafia. Y'all know what I'm saying. Man, you got to take care of him. You do not want him to even think about rolling over. He know too much. He was the fixer. The fixers know too much. They do. And so when you know that, hey man, whatever you want. Your mama want a house? Sure. You want to start a business? Fine. We go finance it. Your daughter want to go to school? We got you. Because you have been the guy that's been cleaning up the bodies for us for years. We cannot touch you, and we will not. We are loyal to you because we gotta be. It's in our best interest to be loyal to you. And so think how Nate was talking. He said, just like a real fixer, just like a mafia movie, he said Rich would come to him. Let's look at some of the best quotes on some of the movies that was out there, right? Rich is the wolf. Exactly. Them KJ said, Rich is Mr. Wolf. Yes, you hit me before I said it. He is Mr. Wolf. That's who he is. He is Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf was responsible for cleaning up when hitmans, they would get sloppy, and they needed somebody who could come up there and clean it up quick. He said, you are the wolf. You're the person people turn to when things go south. Your level head and ability to fix life's most urgent and complicated problems make you an asset in just about any situation. These was the words to live by. He said, if I curt with you, it's because time is a factor. I think fast, I talk fast. I need you guys to act fast if you want to get out of this. Another famous quote from Pulp Fiction, the movie, where it was a fixer. He said, I think fast, I talk fast. I need you guys to act fast if you want me to get out of this. If you want to get out of this. So pretty please, with sugar on top, clean the effing car. See, that was the part when John Travolta in that movie, he got in his feelings. It was a famous part of the movie where he got in his feelings when he said clean the car. Right? And then John Travolta was like, can you say please? And the wolf, that's when he turned to him. He was like, bro, listen, I think fast, I talk fast. If you want to get out of this, you need to do what I say, when I say, how I say. So please, pretty please, with sugar on top, clean out the effing car. Because that was his job. His job was to be the fix-up man. And I'm gonna clean you off. Y'all got blood on your clothes. Now I'm gonna have y'all go out in the public like nothing ever happened. I'm gonna get rid of the car. I'm gonna get rid of the weapons. Y'all go get out of this if you listen to what I say. So that's why if you go listen to Nate Newton, listen, because remember, they didn't know that it was gonna come out about all this stuff with the cheerleaders. Listen to Nate talk about the fixer. Listen.
But it's gonna be all right. I'm telling you, I mean, the level of anger that be on this man to all of a sudden just within seconds, it's gonna be all right. This is how we're gonna work this. Listen to me. He'll say, listen.
Man, that dude, that is a movie. That is a freaking movie. I think fast, I talk fast, I need you guys to act. That's the exact same thing. So a lot of people, they are really stuck. They over here like, what kind of organization would allow a man with that type of questionable history with my own daughter to stay around another 6 years? A man that's untouchable. A man that's untouchable. A man that frankly you can't touch. You don't want to. Okay, this is gonna really break it down. This gonna really break it down. So this whole thing, this entire thing has come from a snitch. A person that's in higher management, an executive that was upset likely and snitched. Y'all think I'm playing? Listen, y'all already know, Boss Cowboy, I measure this Kool-Aid. Listen, I measure it often. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm gonna prove this. This is based on a snitch. Like all the stuff that came out with them cheerleaders, this is snitchy stuff. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Everything that I'm showing y'all, I got the links in the description, everything. I got the Hangin with the bars in the description. I got what I'm finna show y'all in the description from the fan. Cause they covered it. And they did a good job of covering it. So just listen to this and we gonna put this all together and we gonna sum it up. Watch this, listen to this.
How did you initially get led to this story to start doing homework on it?
How did you get this story? The person that broke this story, RJ and Shan had them on and they like, how did you even get this story? Listen.
Oh, well, we got a tip. Like any, I'm an investigative reporter, and most of the work I do usually begins with a tip. And so we got a tip about 5 months ago from a former Cowboys executive, and
a former Cowboys executive tipped this investigative journalist off to Rich. That's what happened. This is why the Joneses know better than to mess with Rich, because an executive just tipped off the fixer and his issues. How much more does the fixer know than the executive that tipped off that he's the fixer and that he got skeletons in his closet? This is why they had to let him go off in the sunset. A snitch. Yeah, a snitch. Listen.
About this Dalrymple allegation, among other things, and began pursuing it really in earnest in November, trying to reach out to former cheerleaders, former employees that might have knowledge of it, and it was in November that Jim Wilkinson, who's a very smart, very talented crisis communications consultant who's been working with the Cowboys for several years.
See, y'all can't let that go past you. A crisis expert with the Cowboys, another fixer. Listen.
Called me out of the blue and said, "We're aware you're calling former cheerleaders, former employees. Are there any questions you have for me?" And I said to him quite respectfully and politely, "Well, not yet. I'm beginning to do my investigative work, but when it comes time for me to ask you some questions, I'll certainly reach out to you." And we start.
So basically what happened, the Dallas Cowboys got wind that this journalist was searching around November.
Started having those conversations with Wilkinson.
And they called him like, "What's going on? Do you have any questions? What's going on here? Why are you digging in the same lot that we put bodies?" Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You getting real close to some dead bodies. Do you have any questions? Why are you looking at this car with all that blood in it? What are you doing, Mr. Journalist? What's going on?
Week ago Monday. So it's been about 10 days when we felt we were ready with all of our reporting, had the documents we needed and all the reporting too.
All right, let's pause. So this was February 7th. He said it was 10 days. Okay? It was right after he retired. It was right after he just retired. Now they was ready. Listen, this is mafia, bro. Just your timing is perfect. And then all of a sudden, just Rich come out and say, "It's time. I need to spend time with my granddaughter." Oh, how convenient. Your timing couldn't have been perfect. Just right when you want to spend all this time with your granddaughter, the sky falls. Wow.
To go to the Cowboys and asked to speak with Rich. Now, this was after Rich's retirement, which I'm sure you're going to ask me about, and we can talk about that. But we went to the Cowboys. We felt prepared to go to the Cowboys with the questions that we had about 10 days ago.
How did you...
So listen, trust me, a whole lot of people not putting this together. Trust me. Everybody scratching their head. They over here like, hold on. The Byron Jones... Why don't y'all just show the footage of the draft day? Just show us. If he not this creep, put it out in the public. Let the people decide. No, we're not releasing that. We're not releasing anything. The Cowboys, right? So they said with the cheerleaders that they had a forensic expert go through his phone for pictures. They also told him to bring his phone the next day, which gave him a full day to clean out all evidence. But then when they said they had a forensic team go through his phone, obviously the journalist was like, well, we want to see the evidence. We want to see that he actually didn't have any cheerleader pictures in his phone. We're not gonna let you see that. We're not going to let you see the report of the forensics research team that went through it. We did a good job investigating this, and that's all we go tell you. Yeah, this is mafia, y'all. This is quality. Let me turn the music up. That's what we're dealing with. That's exactly what this is. This was a fixer situation. So now everybody should be clear on now what really happened or likely happened. Let me say allegedly happened. Okay, I want to protect myself. Allegedly happened because we got direct quotes from former players saying basically it's a couple of people that could be millionaires if they just released a book of all the secrets that they know. They named 2 people. One of them was rich. Jesse Holly. Yeah. And Nate Newton himself said, when I hit a woman with a car and was on the way to the hospital, the first person that I called to get stuff fixed was Rich. He said within minutes, coaches was calling. His family was calling. He went to work. He went to cleaning it up. He's good at what he does. Do what I say when I say it, because I'm getting ready to fix this. It's my job. That's my job. So for everybody that think public relations is about kissing babies and baseball tournaments, it's a lot more dirtier than what you think. I just want to give you the reality of real corporate. See, whenever you are dealing with corporate human resources, corporate attorneys, or public relations, they are all in cahoots with the company's best interests, all 3. So if you still think that human resources is the fair police, that so like I'm gonna just say it like this. If you was discriminated on, you don't go to human resources and tell them that. Don't do it. Because they work for the company. That is going to the Fox and saying, can you guard this hen house? Oh, sure. Sure. Oh, so you was discriminated against, Marcus? Really? What happened? See, what they want to know is they want to get all the details from you so that they can go craft how to beat you. See, people ain't figured out yet how human resources and corporate attorneys work.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
Yeah, I know this from winning and losing with corporate. I know this well. I've won and lost. But when I lost, I peeped the game. I start seeing how human resource work. Going in there thinking it's about the fair police. Nah, it ain't nothing fair. No. If you really want to get stuff done, you go to the outside. Yeah, you go to the outside. You don't go to the wolf and say, hey man, can you help me guard these chickens? Yep. That it happens all over corporate America. So if there's something alleged and your manager meets with you with human resources, you in trouble, not them. I don't care if you're the one that was like, but it happened to me. They will bring the same manager that you're accusing and sit them down together with human resources to ask you questions. Because this is the facts. I'm telling y'all the facts of life. I'm finna tell you the whole facts of life. When you going against management, period, they in it together. And if you think about it, they gotta be. They gotta be. Because when you in management, and especially if you've been in management a while, you have buried bodies. You have fired innocent people. You have broken some labor laws. And when it happened, who helped you clean it up? And the more you've been managing, the more you know I can't rat on my friends. I can't. And that's also why these jobs don't come around every year. These are jobs that you give it to one person and you let it stay there. It's only one person that I will allow to be my beaks. You can't have too many beaks. I mean, it's just common sense. You can't have too many people that know where the bodies are. That's why he been having, allegedly and likely, the same job for so long, unscathed, untouched. And that's likely why he got to the point to where he felt like he was untouchable. Oh, I can just go into this locker room with the women and film them. I'm the fixer. What they gonna do to me? I know where the bodies are. You can't do nothing to me. Hey, I might even film your daughter, Jerry. You can't do nothing to me. I was watching the tape with you with what happened with Dez, allegedly. I'm a witness to that. Oh, you want me to leak this like that executive leaked my name? Nah. Jerry owed this man for the rest of his life. This man will go to the grave with those secrets. All the dirtiest, nastiest secrets in the Dallas Cowboys, all the 4 a.m. calls, all the stuff that he had to clean up from years and years of young men full of testosterone, some of them cocaine, some of them marijuana, some of them jail, some of them potentially rape, some of them domestic violence. You only wanted one person to get that call. Beaks. Beaks. See, notice on the trading places, all the dirt, when it was time to do dirt, when it was time to plant drugs, when it was time to get them guys to actually swap and do the dirty work, they called Beaks. So, yeah, man, again, this is why y'all need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports, man, because I'm telling y'all the truth. Like, I don't think nobody out there really putting it together right. And also make sure y'all go back and watch the previous last 2 videos that the OC did. I think they fire. I think they really, really good. They on a real heavy level. All right. And then obviously this is the type of content that I would say share. Like, this is good content. I think we put it together and we can tell you what's likely really going on, right? We not giving you the fluff. We're connecting the dots of what's really going on. And for people that don't know, they need content like this. Cause it's a lot of fans out there that's literally scratching their head. They like, so this man allegedly did something potentially to Jerry's daughter and he stayed around another 6 years. What's going on with my organization? Are we icky? To a degree, yeah. Are we as bad as the Commanders? The Washington Commanders? No. Jerry and them not caught up on those sleaze, trash, junk like that. What they had, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think they fixed a guy go rogue, just to be honest. I think they fixed a guy, got drunk on his power, knew he was untouchable because of the dirt that he knew firsthand, and he got to acting a fool. That's just the honest to God what I think happened. My boy Dave Walker say, where's the Cash App? Of course, my brother, I'm gonna show you that. The Cash App is Boss Cowboy Sports. And I appreciate that for everybody that obviously donate to Boss Cowboy Sports because of the appreciation of the work that we put in to investigate this type of stuff and really try to bring you a quality answer. Like, we really don't believe in fluff. We don't do the BS. You know, we don't do that. We really, really try to give you guys and ladies facts. Sometimes people don't agree, but one thing I want everybody to know is that we definitely trying to give you the truth. So y'all stay with Boss Cowboy Sports, man. Y'all definitely share this content and y'all look out for this video that I'm also drop a little bit later. It's gonna probably be around 5 or 6. Y'all know I got a whole, it's already done too. I got a whole video on Emmitt Smith speaking out as the 5th Hall of Famer to speak out and directly name drop Kellen Moore. It's a fire one. It's one and it's only 10 minutes. It's not even that long. But I get right to the point on that one. But we go ride out to this mafia music. Rich, Mr. Untouchable. Mr. Mob Boss. Fix it, Rich!
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Shan.